Hi guys, it's Fanny from Creation by Fabi. Welcome back. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by and welcome. So here are the materials. We're going to be needing 2 picture frame. We're also going to be needing some Christmas ornament. So I got a reindeer and also 2 little trees. We also going to be needing some fake snow, some ribbon. The ribbon I got it from Walmart. I paid $2 for it. Some paint, gray acrylic paint, and also some white paint. In this case, I'm going to be using the Waverly chalk white paint from Walmart, and also some wooden beads and some floral wire. So let's get started. So first I'm going to start removing the printer paper that I already have in there. So original, those frames come with some letters on the glass, so I removed it a while ago with some acetone. They come out easily. So now I'm going to be painting the frames, and with one of the frames I'm going to paint the entire frame, including the glass. For the second one, I'm going to just leave the glass clear, just like so. So now the paint is dry, and now we're going to be working with our main frame. So I'm going to be using the gray paint, and I'm going to be painting the center of the frame. So about that extra paint on the glass, no worry about it, we're going to fix that in a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to be using a old makeup brush. It really works for me. So dry, and then I just kind of tapping around, just hitting there to kind of create that distressed look or weather look. I don't know how they go exactly, but something like that. You get the idea. So then I was kind of playing around a little bit with another brush just to cover the corners, and then playing back and forth with the brushes and adding a little bit of white paint at the same time and distressing, as you can see. And I ending with something like that. So then I just put it on the side, and with the leftover paint on the brushes, I just kind of distress a little bit the frames as well, outside the frame. So now we're going to clean the mess. So using the extra paint on the glass, so I'm going to be using some acetone and some paper, and just wipe it up and come out just easily. Now we are ready to keep working with our main frame. Now I'm going to be using the ornament. So first I just cut the hangers at it, and then I'm going to be just placing those little trees on the center, on the frame. But before that, we're going to be doing some adjusting. So as you can see, it has a little hole on inside of the frame, so I'm going to use that as a keep it in place. So but before that, I'm going to be using the saw and cut the bottom of the tree, as you can see. Now with the second one, I'm going to cut the top of the tree, just like so, to create a big tree, if that makes sense. Just like so. Now and then I was just trying to play around how I'm going to be placing it. Then I just start to adding some hot glue and place those little trees to create a one tree. Just like so. And now as you can see, we have the little marks from the cut part, so I just added a little bit of white paint and voila, nothing happened. And now with the little reindeer, I'm basically going to do the same thing. So it's like kind of cool, but I'm going to cut a little bit the hoops, just a little bit, nobody will know, okay? So I'm going to cover also with the snow, so just to have like a shorter side, something like that. Yeah, then I just glue it, and now I'm going to put on top the fake snow. And yeah, see, nobody will see the hoops. And that's how it looks like so far. Next, with the floral wire, I'm going to just cut a part, like a small piece, just to kind of measure a little bit on top of the frame, how big I want it, and then I just cut it. And then I'm going to be just kind of twisting the end just a little bit to make sure the bead doesn't come out. Then I'm going to be just string wooden beads into the wire, just like so. I ended using 15 wooden beads. So by the way, those beads I purchased from Amazon. I bought a big bag, so I'm going to leave you guys the link on the description below. They were inexpensive and you can do a lot of things with. And yeah, they're not too big and they're not too small, they're a good size. So then I'm just going to be just using hot glue and carefully kind of pressing a little bit there, just carefully, just let it dry a little bit, and then just press it. It will be fine. You will not burn. I also added some strong glue. I don't remember exactly the name of this glue, but it's really good. But you can also use E6000 for permanent purpose. And about that little broken part, no worries, we'll cover that. So then I just then I just press it a little bit and to get dry. Now with the ribbon, I'm going to be just cover the part I told you guys. Just like so, adding some hot glue, and this ribbon is so easy to work with because it has the wire, just like so. So for the top part, I just got a separate piece of ribbon to be able to glue it easily because the beads. So if you notice, on between the beads and the ribbon was kind of a space that I didn't like it at all because it doesn't have the good finish look. So I decided to use some twine, just wrapping around and cover that part, and I think they give you the nice finish look. So I repeat the step on both sides, just like so. And next, with the same ribbon, I'm going to be just making a little cute bow, just a simple bow. If somebody knows a different way to make a bow, please let me know, because this is the only way it really works for me, so I keep doing it the same way. So yeah, I just kind of fold it on the center, and then I use some twine to keep it together, just like so. Double knot, and then I just cut the excess and create like a little fish tail as well. So now we're almost done, so I'm going to be using some hot glue and glue the little bow on the center of the frame. And I also thought something is missing. So first I just was what I'm doing here, I was just trying to kind of check a little bit to get the snow on the little tree. I added a little pear on top of the boat, and oh my goodness, I think it came out really cute. So yeah, I think it's a great idea for a Christmas present. So materials you will need: some foam board from the store, some any fabric, and some corrugated cardboard, a styrofoam stuff that I recycle, lace ribbon, and also some empty wax, and also some chalk paint, any color, and also some brown paint. So let's get creative. So first I'm going to be drawing a trees on the foam board using the ruler. I didn't measure anything at all. I just did it eyeballing. So I draw a tree, and then I use the box cutter, and then I use the first tree as a stencil, and then I just start cutter smaller and smaller, as you can see. So next you can see I already have the 3 foam trees, and now I'm going to be working with the fabric and also with some twine. So next I'm going to be cutting the fabric in the same shape of the tree, and then I'm going to be using some hot glue and cover the entire tree, as you can see. So for the next part, for the back, I'm going to be kind of folding a little bit the fabric to not show it the ends, something like that. And then I'm going to be repeating the same step, but I'm not going to be using the same fabric at the same time. I'm going to be cutting small pieces, just like so. And then I'm going to be repeating the same step, cutting pieces by pieces, and then until I finish the entire tree, just like so. Next I'm going to be using some popsicle sticks, and I'm going to be cutting the end, and then I'm going to be placing it on the part of the tree to create the trunk, just like so. And I'm going to be doing the same in both sides, and also on the edges I'm going to be covering the space with another popsicle stick, just like so. And now I'm going to be using the twine around the entire tree. On the first side I'm going to be using only on the edges, and for the next part I'm going to be placing on the center as well, just like so, to create like a 3D tree. And so you can use it for both sides, and for both sides will look beautiful. And now I'm going to be using this corrugated paper that I recycle for furniture packing, and I'm going to be using it. So what I did was just trace the same tree, and then I'm going to be using hot glue and then glue it in both sizes. So next I cut a long piece of fabric, and then I kind of stretch it a little bit to create like a string, and then I just glue it on the edges of the tree. So next I did use a little bit of empty wax just to kind of give it that distressing look, and also the chalk paint, the color moss. And now for the last little tree I'm going to be using the lace ribbon, and all I'm going to be doing is just wrapping around the entire tree. I did use 2 packets on this little tree, and then I did repeat the same step I did in the first one to use the popsicle stick. The only difference I did was just that I glued the popsicle stick in vertical side. For the next part I'm going to be using the styrofoam that I did recycle as well, and just to measure a little bit where I want to place my little trees, and then I just painted with the paint color brown, and then I added a lot of hot glue, and then I placed my trees just like so. And at the end what I did was just give it a little bit the mush color chalk paint on the edges just to give it that distressed weather look. And that's it. And I think it came out beautiful. Yeah, I really love the way it came out. I'm going to be using the buffalo check ribbon, and I'm going to be just cutting a couple pieces, smaller pieces as you can see, like that. Then I'm going to be folding in half, and then I'm going to just cut it like 3 times on the middle, just to create the, I don't know how you say it, like ruffle. And then I cut it like bunch. So then I start gluing on the bottom, just each by one, just like so. But then I thought, no, I need to find an easy way to glue these pieces, and so I came out with this. So I just glue a couple pieces on the roll together, just like so, and then, ooh, look at that. It's so quick and easy to glue on the tree. Beautiful as it is right now, but I need to add some extra things. So I'm going to be using some twine, and I'm going to add it ornaments. Yes, ornaments. So I create like a little loops, just like so, just wrapping around on my finger, glue it together, and then I'm just going to be place it on my little tree. Just like so. Next, I'm going to be adding a little leaves on the tops, and also a little simple bow on top of the leaf, just like so. And that's it for the second tree. I'm going to be using the ribbon that has like a little lace on the center, but I'm not going to use it that way, and start gluing it on the little tree, as you can see. But at the same time, I'm going to be just kind of fold it a little bit to make it look tight or even, just like so. And next, I'm going to be using a twine, just couple strings of twine, and just rolling around. And now I'm going to just place it on the bottom of my tree. I also know gluing a little bit on top, just cover the imperfection of the ribbon, just like so. And now I'm going to be just adding this little tassel that I have left over for previous DIY, and this other little pearl that I have around, and I just added it on top. And I think that's it for the last one, and I think they came out really cute. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know which one was your favorite one, number 1, number 2, or number 3. These candle jars for another candles. Some wine paint. So first what I did was just remove the insert of the box, and then I just cut the top of the box, as you can see. So then what I did was just measure the inside, because I don't want to cover the entire insert. So what I did, it was just measuring 2 inches down, and then I cut it as you can see. So next, when I done cutting the bags, I just flip it over and then I use the hot glue and put it back again, just like so. Next, I use the part that we cut it on the top of the bags, and then I glue it on the bottom just to reinforce the bottom of my base, as you can see. Then I'm going to be using the white Waverly paint from Walmart, and then I give it 2 coats, and because I don't want to show any color at all. And now I'm going to be placing back the insert on. All I did was just adding some hot glue to keep it in place. So then I was trying to decide if you use nautical rope or just some border ribbon. So at the end I go forward with the border ribbon, and then I will be placing it around the bags, as you can see. So when I was finished with the ribbon, I made sure that I fold the little part at the end to give you a good finished look, as you can see. So then I'm going to be working with the decoration. So what I did was use some berries from dollar store, but you can purchase from Walmart. They also have beautiful and another Christmas tree pick. So then what I did was just cut the entire berries, and then I'm going to be placing it around of the box, as you can see. And so now I had the stems and the leaves, so I'm going to be placing the leaves all over the box. I also have some pine cones and also some cotton flowers, and I'm going to be placing on it, as you can see. So then I had leftover stems from the berries, so I decided to do something with. So what I did, I just grabbed something rounded, can be a pencil, can be anything you have rounded, and then twist it around, as you can see, and create those beautiful things. Just like so. And now that's my favorite part. I put it back the candle jars, and then I just added those little picks that I just make, and then you can decorate it however you want. You can use any candle you want. You can even place it back and then use it as a base. And then at the end I decided to use a little bit of twine. I just show it with one to not make the video too long. And then I decided to add some string lights from dollar store as well, and then inside of the jars, and I think it came out beautiful, and I'm in love with the result of this centerpiece. I really hope you guys enjoy as well. So for the first DIY, I'm going to be using a frame without glass, an ornament, a wrapping paper, and some white paint. So first what I did was just remove the entire plastic and also pull apart the entire frame, just like so. And now I'm going to be working with the inside of the frame. Next, I'm going to be cutting wrapping paper, just like so, a little bit smaller to the side of the back of the frame. And then next I'm going to be using some Match Pouch and then applying it on the entire paper and place it on the center of the frame, just like so. And then next I'm going to be applying Match Pouch all over the frame, as you can see. Next I'm going to be using some white paint, chalk paint, or any paint, acrylic paint if you have that in hand, and just tapping around on the edges just to give it that frozen look. And now I'm going to be using a ruler to just trace a lines for the same pattern of the paper, as you can see. Next, I just put it back on the frame using a little bit hot glue on the corner just to reinforce, just like so. And now I'm going to be using a lot of hot glue on the ornament and just place it on the center of the frame. And there you have it, a beautiful frame for Christmas. And now for the second DIY, I'm going to be using an old frame from an old canvas for previous DIY, some Christmas pig, ribbon, and a little red rock, some paint, white paint, and antique wax. So first what I did was just give it a one coat to the antique wax to the frame, and now I'm going to be using a little bit the chalk paint just on the edges just to give it a frozen look. And next I'm going to be just pulling apart the entire pig just like so. And now I'm going to start to create like a little arrangement on the corner to the frame. So first I started with the greenery, some leaves, some berries, and then I added more greenery to make it look more full. And then I'm going to be using the ribbon to create a little bow. So what I did was just cut 5 pieces, 2 largest and 3 smaller. So with the largest, what it is just the tail of the ribbon, the bow, and then I'm going to create like 3 little loops, just twisting the end of the ribbon just like so. And then I'm just going to be placed it on top of the greenery. And yeah, and then I'm going to add in just a little bit of leaves and berry just to give it more color. Next I glued the little red rock on the bottom of the frame just like so. And yeah, that's how it looks like. Beautiful. And I am going to be using some foam boards, some pig, some wrapping paper, some twine, and also some white paint. I also going to use some leftover leaves that I have from previous DIY. So first what I did was just trace the circles, any sign you want. I want to cut a little big, so you can use the cutter. My husband got this awesome set exacto and I was just loving it because if you know that sometimes we struggle cutting a little bit the foam board. So then I just did the same thing with the wrapping paper, just drawing, and then I cut it, and now I'm going to be just place it on the foam board using a Mosh Punch, but you can also use white glue. It works the same. So I added in both sizes the wrapping paper on the foam, as you can see. And now we're going to cover the white part with the twine, but first I'm going to just glue in a small piece of twine just like so, just to create the little hang. Next I'm going to be using covering the white part with the twine just like so, as you can see. And now I'm going to be repeating the same step with the rest of my circles, and there you have it. Now I'm going to be decorating, so I cut the pit and pull it apart and the leaves, and now I'm going to be just removing the little green thing, hard thing that come with the leaves, just to have it flat and easy to work with. Next I just apply the little berries on top, white berries, white pig, however you call it, on top of the leaves. And then I make a little bow with twine and place it on top just to give you that rustic beautiful look. And now my favorite part, you can use stickers, you can use anything you want on the center. It's like a play canvas, you can do whatever you want. So I just handwrite it a couple words in there. Not perfect, which is okay with me because it looks even better, even more rustic. And yeah, one of those gather signs, some foam cone, some buffalo ribbon, another ribbon, some paint, and also pine cone. I also going to be using those leftover wood that I have for previous DIY, which is plunger stick. So first what I did was just give it like 2 coats of black paint of the pieces, just like so. And now I'm going to be wrapping around some twine on the bottom of the little sign, as you can see. I also going to be using some buffalo ribbon around the gather sign. So first I'm going to be just cutting in half because I want it a little bit smaller. And so yeah, using hot glue and then just wrapping around just like so. I also use the lighter just to burn a little bit the twine. And now I'm going to be using the floral foam. I got this state of foam for another DIYs, and which is a recycled thing. So I'm just going to use those as a basis. But before I'm going to glue in the wooden sticks, I'm going to be just creating like a little hole inside as a base to better how you call that, like sit. So next I'm going to be working with the little cones. So I'm going to be doing the same thing with the ribbon, just cutting it in half and wrapping around just like so. Now for the second tree, I'm going to be using another ribbon, but I'm going to be just cutting a little pieces as you can see, and then I start to gluing it each by one because that's the order I want deers and trees, something like that. I also going to be using those pine cones, just pulling apart and attaching just a little bit here and there as like ornaments, just like so. Next I make a little bow and attach it on top of one of the little trees. And now the favorite part, I'm going to be just putting everything together. I attach the little cones on top of the sticks, and now I'm going to be filling the little bags with cotton balls. As you can see, that would be like a snow. And also I'm going to be using a little ornament from dollar store as well. And there you have it, such a beautiful buffalo play trees. For the first DIY, I'm going to be using a recycled jar from tomato sauce. And also I'm going to be using some fake snow, fox snow I think is the name. And a pine cone that I got from my backyard. A little red bird. And also some green twine and some ribbon. So let's get started. So first what I did was just added some hot glue on the center of the lid and place the pine cone, let it sit, let it dry, and then I'm going to be using the twine, just wrapping around a little bit on the jar as you can see. And now I'm going to be using a snowflake stickers, and I'm going to be placing it inside of the jar. So to make it easy, I'm going to be using a pencil, and then is how it looks like. Next I'm going to be using some fake snow, put it inside of the jar as well, and then I'm going to be just putting back the lid up of the jar just like so. And now with the ribbon, I'm just going to cut a small piece, cut it on half, and then I'm going to be using some hot glue and place it around the lid just like so. Now I'm going to be using more twine around the bottle, just like 2 or 3 times, and then just create like a little simple bow, just like so. And now for the top of the jar, I'm going to be using the little bird, but before that I'm going to be placing a small piece of burlap to make it easy to glue the little bird and to make sure it stays in place. So, and I also added some greenery on it, and all I did was just cut the plastic part of the greenery and then use hot glue and place it on the center. And next I'm going to just using more hot glue and place the little bird on top. And I also going to be adding a little berries next to the little bird, just like so. And that's it for the first DIY. I think it came out really cute. So for the second DIY, I'm going to be using that empty burlap roll. I don't know exactly the name of that. A recycled candle jar, a fake snow, and also some floater foam ball. So I'm going to be just gluing it together on top 3 and creating like a little snowman, just like so. And now with the black marker, I'm going to be just drawing the little face, little eyes, and a mouth, just like so. And now with leftover ribbon, I'm going to be making his little scarf, just like that. And add it with some hot glue on it, and oh, I think it looks so adorable. And also I'm going to be creating like a little trees, so I'm going to use this popsicle sticks and then just cut different pieces and glue it together, and then use some green paint and paint it just like that. And now I have the styrofoam pieces, so I cut 2 small pieces, and I'm going to be just gluing it on the little board, yeah, that thing, and just like that. And now I'm going to be just place it on top the little trees just to keep it in place. And now I'm going to be using some fake snow on the jar, add some hot glue on top, and then place the little snowman just like that. And now I'm going to be just gluing the other part with hot glue and place it on top. Now with the twine, I'm going to use both twine, the regular twine and a green twine, and just wrapping around on the bottom of the jar just like that. And I also going to be making a little bow, a simple bow like I always do, just wrapping around, tight in the center, and voila. Now I'm just going to glue it on the side of the jar just like that. And now for the part that we just glue on the bottom, I'm going to just cover the entire part with the cotton ball just like so, and also cover the end or the bottom of the cardboard, yeah, with some nautical rope just like that. And I think, oh my goodness, it came out so adorable as well. For the third DIY, I'm going to be using another recycled jar and some styrofoam, also recycled, some leftover garland, a little red truck, and also I'm going to be using at the end a little bit of ribbon as well. So first what I did was just use those little pieces of garland and kind of give the little tree shape just like that. And then I'm going to be just place it on the styrofoam just like that. So here I just was trying to see if it fit to keep working on it. So I did 2 little trees, and then I placed the little truck on the little styrofoam, and also added another little tree. Actually they look more like bushes not like tree. So then I just added some hot glue on the styrofoam and place it inside of the jar. I used the pencil to make it easy. I added some fake snow, and also on the little lid I added some hot glue and added some fake snow And I also added some ribbon on the lid and a berries. So I'm sorry because I didn't show that part. And there you have it. First DIY, I'm going to be using one of those boards, some stickers, some cutter, a ruler, some paint that I already have for previous DIY, some twine, and let's get creative. So first I'm going to be just cutting the board with the cutter and the ruler, just like so, and then I'm going to sand it a little bit the edges, and also I'm going to be cut it on half to make smaller pieces, as you can see. I also going to cut in 2 pieces of the board on the edges, on the corner, just to create like a tag looking thing, something like that. Then I use the white paint, give it 1 coat, and then the mush color paint, and then create like a little lines just to make the illusion is like wood, just like so. And I'm going to be repeating the same step with all, as you can see. Now I'm going to be making a little loops, a simple knot, and then using some hot glue and tie it on the back, and that would be your hanger, just like so. And now is the fun part. Now I'm going to be working with the stickers to be decorating those little ornaments. So I'm going to be using some paint because I don't want the stickers to look so shiny. So I'm going to be using the khaki color and also some green Christmas tree color, I think they call. And I'm going to be painting the little trees because I don't want it to shine like I said before. So after that, I just place it on the tags the way I want it, and now I'm going to be creating like a little boat with the burlap ribbon. So I just cut it on half and folded it, tied it with twine, and then that's it. Then I added some greenery, also some white pig on the center, just like so. And now I'm going to be just ready to place it on the tab of the tag, just like so. So you can leave it the way they are, just simple, but I decided to write some words in English and also some in Spanish, like paz, amor, Christmas, Navidad. And then for the last 2 pieces, I just make 2 little twine ribbon, just twisting around in my hands, glue it in across, and then you have the flower. I also added a little bit of the green twine, place it on the center, and also I'm going to be just placing a little snowflake sticker and a white berry as well. And there you have it, a beautiful Christmas farmhouse ornament. I am going to be recycled jars, some pine cone, the same stickers, some twine, and also some white paint and the same khaki paint, and also some white glue. Although the white glue is not necessary, I was looking for some specific effect, but didn't work the way I wanted. I used too much paint, so it didn't come out the way I wanted. So what I did was just mix the paint with the glue. So if you just add a little bit of paint, it really works. So it does like that, like a glass or clear white, something like that. And yeah, it really works, but it didn't work for me this time. So then I just paint the stickers on khaki, and then I just place it around the jar, as you can see. I also added some twine at the edges of the lids. I'm going to be just placing the pine cone on the center, added some twine around just to hang it, use a little tea light inside, and there you have it. I think at the end they came out really cute. I am going to be using recycled jars again. Some floral foam balls, some miniature trees, some chevron ribbons, some twine, some fake snow, and also a little piece of burlap. So first what I did was just cover the bottom of the little trees with the burlap and also with some twine. And then I'm going to be just glue it on the lid, and I didn't show that part because I really thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So I just cut 2 small pieces of the ribbon and glue it around the lid, as you can see. And I also added some fake snow on the jars, just like so. And then I'm just going to put it back, the lids on the jar, and they look beautiful already. So then I just glued the little foam balls on top of the jar, added some twine just to hang it a little bit, and I did burn the twine a little bit, just like so. And I think they came out so cute. I did this DIY, you guys will not believe, 4 times. Because I don't know why, but on my camera, I don't know, I wasn't recording, you know, things happen. And for the last DIY, I'm going to be using those clear plastic ornaments. So, and I did was just added some garlands, some berries on the center, some fake snow, and then I just wrapping around the silver part, and then I also make a little twine board and I just glue it on top, and I think they came out so adorable. And now for the second one, I'm going to be using the ribbon, the chevron ribbon, cut it in half, and then I'm going to start like gluing it across until I finish the entire ornament, as you can see. I also going to be adding some fake snow inside, and also cover the silver part with another small piece of ribbon, just like so, and add some more twine and also a twine bow. And there you have it. And now for the next ornament, I just added some garland inside, and I'm going to be using some twine and also some curved ribbon. Added a little bit of snow too. So I just glued the curved ribbon in half, like a cross, and then I just going to be adding here and there, without any direction at all, the twine, as you can see. And of course, a little bow of twine. And there you have it. And for the last one, yeah, we almost done, just hanging there. I did basically the same, glue the ribbon and cross, and there you have it. I think it came out beautiful, and that's how they came out. I think they came out really cute. I really hope you guys a foam board, a truck from the dollar store, some paints, and also rollers and wooden letters, some popsicle sticks, and some leftover a little piece of wood that I had for previous DIY. So first I start with the ruler, marking 3 inches separate, and then I use the Sharpie, and then I trace the lines, and then I'm going to be using the antique wax to go over the lines, as you can see. Then with the same antique wax, I will be using all over the foam, just here and there, not too much with the brush dry, just a little bit here and there, as you can see, just to try to create that illusion that is like wood. Then I use the moss color chalk paint as well, and then I repeat the same step, and I end with something like that. Then I use the brown oxide paint on those pieces of foam that I got it from a package. And after I paint it, I go back with the foam board, and I use a hot glue, and then attach it, one on the bottom, one on the top, as you can see. Next, with the little truck, I got some red paint, but at first I removed the lid and also the little bow, and then I use a little bit of sandpaper, and I tried to paint it, and I didn't like it at all, so I ended up using the back of the frame. I think it came out better. I used the hair dryer to quick process, and then I used the black paint. I paint the wheels, then I draw the back window with the pencil, and then I had like a piece of wood, this board, I just cut it to create like the back of the truck. So I used those, and then I painted, and I'm also going to be using some popsicle sticks, but first I'm going to cut the bottom, only one side, because I want it flat, and then I'm going to be gluing a groups of 5, just like so. Then I repeat the same step, and I painted them red. I also got some buttons, and then I used the white chalk paint to create the window, and I also added a little bit of the edge around the edges of the truck, Then I just put all the pieces together to create the back of the truck, as you can see. Next, I use some gray paint to paint the bumper, I think it called, of the truck, as you can see. I also added a little bit on top of the back of the truck just to give it like more weather look. And then I was trying just to write something, a little message on it, and then I used just a little brush with the chalk paint because the paint markers that I was trying to use, it didn't work at all. So well, I ended with something like that. I think it came out really nice. And then I create a little tree. So what I did, it was just draw a little tree on the cardboard, and then I painted, and then I just place it on top to the truck, just like so. So I then use a little bit of black paint also on the buttons. Next, I paint the wood letters with the color green and black, just like so. And now we are ready to create a beautiful sign using our adorable red truck. Trying to figure out how I'm going to place the letters, and then I realized that I was wrong spelling the word fresh, so I pulled it apart and fixed it, and nothing happened. Then I glue the red truck with hot glue and also with E6000, and voila, I think it came out so cute. I really love this Christmas sign with this old red truck. Oh, it's just adorable. I am going to be recycling a few bags, and I'm going to be some wrapping paper, some ribbon, and also a little Christmas tree and a bell bracelet, some twine, and also some nautical rope. So first, what I'm going to be doing is just cut a wrapping paper the same side of the center of the bags, and I'm going to be placing on it with some white glue, and then just use the sponge and place the paper on the top, flat it out the most I can, just like so. And now I'm going to put the bags on the side, and I'm going to be using the little tree with the twine, just wrapping around just like so, with the green twine first, and then I'm going to be using the regular twine as well, just like so. And now for the back of the little tree, I'm going to be using leftover burlap fabric and just cover the entire bottle and cut the excess. And now with the little bracelet, I'm going to be just pulling apart all the bells with the scissor, as you can see. And next, I'm going to be using a little bit the sandpaper, and also adding a little bit of white paint, just like that. And now with the twine, I'm going to be just doing like a hanger. So I don't know actually how to explain this part, so I'm going to let the video explain to you what I'm doing. Just like so. As I did the same for the rest of the bells, and now I'm going to make like a little hanging thing. Tied it together with the nautical rope. Then I'm going to just place it on the corner of the bags using some hot glue, just like so. So now with the ribbon, I'm going to be making a bow. So what I'm going to be doing is just cut 3 different sizes and then create like little loops, and then just glue it all together, just like so. then I just cut another large piece just to make like the tail, and also cut the fish tail at the end. So I also added a little bit of hot glue, and then I just going to be place it on top of the box just like so, and then added a little bow on it. And now with this little box, all you can do is just decorate it however you want. You can make your own scene. I'm just going to be placing the little tree and also a little candle. And